I'd like to welcome everyone today to Temple University and the Liacouras Center for this historic event to name our next men's basketball coach. Welcome Adam Fisher to Temple. At this time, I'd like to introduce the chairman of the board at Temple University, Mitchell Morgan, for some remarks.
Thank you. This is exciting, really exciting, Adam. This is great. So I'm Mitchell Morgan, chairman of the board. I don't know anything about basketball. I don't know anything about football, but I know a lot about Temple University. And I know how important sports is for Temple University because our mission here is one of the best missions of any university I've ever been seen or been affiliated with. Everyone here is Temple made. I mean, sports is important, but a college degree is even more important. And I said this to Adam, you know, my parents didn't go to college. I sold shoes in North Philadelphia, went to Temple University, sold shoes full-time, went to university full-time, went to law school at night at Temple University, and I'm Temple made. I talked to the football team about 90 days ago, and I said, I definitely want you to win. Maybe you'll make the NFL, maybe you won't make the NFL, but your college degree will be with you for life. And it separates everything. The education is the great equalizer. And so I told the young men on the football team that if it wasn't for my college degree in Temple University, I'd be still selling shoes in North Philadelphia. So I am really excited about today. Adam is great. I've met him, get to meet his wife and his 2.5-year-old little girl. We're excited. They're Philadelphia, which is great, so we don't have to convince them how great Philadelphia is. It's terrific. And so I'm thrilled to be here. We're excited about Temple football and Temple basketball. And the best thing about Temple is our mission. And that's something that we all are here, and that's what drives me every day when I walk this university and I walk the grounds, that I see the students, and we change lives here every day. And so I'm excited to be a part of it, and Adam, I know you're going to be excited to be a part of it. Win, but get your kids to graduate too. Thank you very much.
Now I'd like to introduce Vice President and Director of Athletics, Arthur Johnson.
Wow, good afternoon, everybody. All right, what a crowd, what a crowd. I can feel the excitement. So I want to thank all of you for coming to this official introduction and welcome for Adam Fisher and his lovely wife and lovely daughter, Rebecca and Livy. Adam, welcome and thank you. What an incredible time here at Temple. It's a new start, it's a fresh start, but as we get started, I want to first of all acknowledge and thank Coach Aaron McKee. Coach McKee is obviously Temple proud, Temple made. We had a great working relationship, and I loved working with him. I'm looking forward to continuing to work with him as he works in his role as a special advisor. So I know he'll be around. He was involved and helped with this process as I vetted coaches. You know, he's been out on the road, he's been recruiting. He spoke highly of Adam. And so I just want to acknowledge Coach and looking forward to continue to working with him. Next, I want to acknowledge our men's basketball student athletes. I appreciate your dedication and your loyalty to Temple, also with your patience during this process. Obviously, in today's environment in college athletics with the transfer portal, I know that you have options and you have choices. So I want to say thank you. People are reaching out to you. No matter what you decide, I wish you the best, but I hope you're here. Adam is known as a recruiter, so we'll find out quickly enough if he's can get them to stay. So next, I want to thank our search committee and our partners at GHR Global Executive Search Firm. Search committee, if you'll please stand to be recognized. Derek Horn, Rick Riddle, Kelsey Simpson, please stay standing, please. Kevin Kopp, Murray Littlepage, Jason Ivey, Michael Scales. I want to say thank you to this group. They gave her their time. No matter what time we called, no matter what we asked, they did a thorough vetting of candidates and played a key role in this, and they'll play a key role as we move forward so that we can have the success that we want to have in basketball. Chairman Morgan and the trustees, I want to say thank you. Thank you for empowering me and trusting me to make this decision to select our new men's basketball coach. I realize that we're going through unprecedented times here, but I know that you're making all of your decisions based on what's best for this great student, for our great student body and the mission that you just talked about. And you'll keep our students at the forefront of all of the decisions there. Also, for Chairman Morgan, I want to give a special thank you to you for making yourself available during that time. When we put out a call, the chairman made himself available every day and did a great job sharing and sharing the support that we have in athletics from the top. I know you were in the process of waiting for your 8th grandchild, so that really meant even that much more that you took your time to be available for this. So you are appreciated. Thank you. At the start of this process, I reached out to several of our men's basketball letter winners through different decades. I wanted to get their thoughts and get their opinions on what we should look for in a coach. I want you to know that I heard you, and I really took that into account. This is your program. It will always be your program, and we want to make sure that you are around. I know Adam, when we talked, wanted to make sure that you are around and you are involved. So please know that you're always welcome. I also reached out to people in the basketball world, and I talked about things that I was looking for. Number one, I was looking for a good person to make sure they go to class and make sure we follow the rules and then make sure we graduate. Those things were important to me. I wanted a proven evaluator, a great recruiter, a developer of talent on and off the court, and I wanted high energy. As I talked to people in different settings, in different areas, Adam's name kept coming up. As I did a little bit more research, we were compelled, and then the search committee actually had a great interview. He was one person, when we got them to campus, and after spending time with him and Rebecca on campus, I knew that they were the right fit, and it would be great to have him home and bring him here. Also heard from some coaches that he worked with. Coach Larinaga called me the day that they were playing Texas for the right to go to the Final Four. After we traded some jokes about I was not cheering for him that night because I know people at Texas, but that really meant a lot for him to take his time getting ready to play, to go back to the Final Four in 22 years, for him to take time to call. I also heard from some other people that I know in the basketball world. I asked them to reach out, and I kept getting positive feedback. And so I felt really good about where we were with that process. So I want to say thank you to Rebecca for blessing us and signing off on it. And I want to say I'm glad that you're back home as well. Finally, except serving as a head coach, Coach Fisher has been involved and been a servant leader at all levels of basketball. He's been a student manager, a graduate manager, a video coordinator, a director of player personnel, a recruiter, an assistant coach, or associate head coach. I am certain, after visiting with him and understanding his background and feeling his passion and his energy, that all of those roles have prepared him to lead us back to the tournament. Make no mistake about it, we did talk about it. We do want to win, but we want to win with integrity, and I want him to lead us with his staff and get us back there. So, Coach, I want to say thank you for coming, and welcome. Let's give a warm welcome to Coach Adam Fisher.
Wow, bear with me. I've been on the recruiting trail since I got the job, so I'm going to glance down more than I normally would to make sure I thank a lot of people. First, it's truly an honor to be here. Growing up in Bucks County, to become the head coach at Temple is like a dream come true. So I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I want to thank Arthur Johnson, Chairman Morgan, the Board of Trustees, and the search committee. Quickly during this process, I knew the leader that Arthur Johnson was. It's somebody I wanted to align with. It was quick to me that he wanted a partner, and I need a partner. I need someone that we can go win together. So I'm so grateful for everybody up here. Thank you so much. I got to see quickly Arthur's a family man, so I got to meet his family. I got to spend time with Talitha and Aaron, and I can't wait that they're around. I think Aaron's here. I hope we got him out of school, so I apologize for that, but it's an excused absence, Aaron. So thank you. I've been in this industry a long time, so I have a lot of people to thank that helped me get here, especially when you're a student manager. So I want to thank some of the head coaches I've worked for. Jerry Dunn when I was at Penn State and Ed DeChellis. I also want to thank the legendary Hall of Fame coach, Jay Wright, who, as you know, is now an unbelievable broadcaster. He switched gears there. I worked for Patrick Chambers at Boston University and Penn State, and that was a great experience seeing how to build a program from day one. These last 2 years, I've been with Micah Shrewsbury at Penn State, and he's incredible. Notre Dame got a home run hire and a home run person when they hired him. I'm grateful to him, his wife Molly, and their family as we got very close when we were with them at Penn State. And then the last head coach I want to thank is my mentor, Coach Larrañaga. He's taught me how to run a program, how to treat people the right way. He taught me how to have fun and be successful. So I am grateful for everything that he's done for me. I'm here, and a big reason is because of him. I also want to thank the best assistant coach University of Miami has ever had, and that's Mrs. Larrañaga. She's the best. So we sat with them Saturday night. We were disappointed with the outcome, but they're family to us. I've worked with some amazing athletic directors and administrators. A lot of them have said no to me because I like to spend money in the budget. We'll work on that, Arthur. All right, we'll work on that. But I want to make sure I thank Drew Marichello at BU, Mark Diaz, Patrick Kraft, Adam Miller, who showed up today to support me, and that means a lot to me. Thank you, Adam. I want to make sure I thank Sandy Barber, Lynn Holleran, Blake James, and Craig Anderson, who I worked with at the University of Miami. I think having a great relationship with your administration is such a key to success, and I know we have that here at Temple. I also want to thank Calvin Booth, who's the Denver Nuggets GM, who's been a close friend for a long time, and someone I know I can call at any time, no matter if he has a game or not, and ask for advice. I want to thank all the amazing staffs I've worked with. You have to have a great staff, and you'll be able to see my staff soon. I can't leak it out, but there are some sitting over to this side, and I am more than thrilled that they're here today. I asked them not to come. I said, take care of what you need to so we can hit the ground running. And that's the kind of people they are. They showed up to show my support, and they are going to be incredible leaders and mentors for our student athletes. So thank you for that. To the players that I've coached at Villanova, Boston University, Penn State the first time, the University of Miami, and Penn State the second time, thank you. You got to win with great players. And the key to that is have great people. And I've been lucky enough to be around great people and great players. And I especially want to thank the seniors that were at Penn State this year. It was a group of guys that came together with one common goal, and that's to win and have fun. And that's what we're going to bring here. We're going to win, and we're going to have fun. So I thank all those seniors, and I know some of them are watching here today. All right, Mom and Dad, thank you. I kept thinking what to say, and it came back to those two words. Thank you. You supported me every single step of my journey. You've been there through the good, the bad, and now today. I wouldn't be here without you, so thank you for teaching me at a young age what hard work was, what it was to take responsibility, to be disciplined, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. I also want to thank my brother Scott, who's here today. He's also one of my best friends. So we talk early and often, which is great. I'm asking him to buy season tickets today so he can bring his family. He doesn't ask for my tickets. I want to thank his wife, Jana, my niece, Maya, and my nephew, Blake, who I know are upset that we have to buy new sweatshirts. They liked that, so we're going to get some cherry and white today on the way out for them. I want to thank my in-laws who are here. You don't get to choose your in-laws, but if I did, these would be the ones I'd choose. Howard and Dale, thank you so much. And to Rita, Riri, who turned 94 years old yesterday. Happy birthday. I gave them a promise I would try to get their daughter closer to home. So we started out 1,200 miles away. We got to 200. I think it's 25 and a half now. This is as close as I can get. So let's be clear here. When I interviewed with Arthur, he asked me something, and I answered it probably too quickly. I didn't think. He said, "What drives you?" And without hesitation, I said, "My wife, Rebecca, and my daughter, Olivia." It's really hard to be a coach's wife. We're on the road all the time. She's got a full-time job, and she's a full-time mom. I don't know how she does it. I have Livy for 4 hours sometimes, and I'm exhausted. So I am so grateful to you. We're here together. I couldn't be standing up here if it wasn't for everything you sacrificed. So you are still the head coach of our household, but we're the head coach here together. I love you, and thank you for always supporting me through wins, losses, and moves. Third time in a couple of years. But we're going to be here for a while, so don't worry. Buy a house. Trust me, we're going to be here a while. Livy, we do this before every home game. I see you. You're not going to remember today, but today's one of my proudest days to be your father. I love you so much. Keep smiling and dancing through life, and dream big, Livy. We're going to always be here for you to support you. Dream big. I warned you guys ahead of time. There's a lot of thank yous. So now I want to talk Temple basketball. The tradition and pride of being one of the top 10 greatest programs of all time was a huge factor for me to be here. I wanted to be here. We are going to bring energy and excitement to everything we do. We're going to recruit amazing student athletes. They're going to be great on the court, but we're going to make sure they get their degrees and handle their business in the academics. This is an amazing university. We need great ambassadors for this university, and there's nobody better to do it than our student athletes. They're the best people we have to share their experience. And we need to win in our backyard. I know that. We got to win. We are going to recruit our tails off in the city. We are going to be out there. We're going to be relentless. We're going to identify talent early, and then we got to get them to campus. We need them here. During my interview, I hope I'm allowed to say this, but Arthur took me to campus around 10:45 at night with my wife and his son Aaron, and we got out and we walked campus. And I just went, wow, it wasn't what I thought. It was brighter than when I got here at 2 in the afternoon. I felt safe. I felt energy. Students were walking around. There was food places. I was like, this is unbelievable. But we need to get people here. We had the same issue at the University of Miami. Everybody thought we were on the beach. We had to get people to campus to say, no, we're not. No, we're not. And I need young student athletes to be on our campus. I know a lot of people go to the link, and that's great. I'm going to be there. I love college football. Let's go, coach. We're ready. But we need people on campus. We need that, and that's what I want to bring. You know, we need to be a presence in the state of Pennsylvania. I know that. We need to recruit hard. We need to make sure that people feel comfortable, that Temple is the sexy choice. But even if it's not, we got to build great relationships in case they want to come home. And we're going to change that, though. But early on, we might need that, but we're going to change it. We're going to be the place that they want to stay rather than go somewhere else. But as much as I want to recruit this city hard, we're a national brand. We need to take advantage of that. We need to recruit nationally. This is an unbelievable academic place. We need everybody to know that. This is a national brand. I wear this tee, everybody knows it. And we're going to recruit like that. We're going to create a culture of winning. And I want to win on and off the court. Everything we do is going to be competitive. I want every player to think, I have to win this sprint. I have to win this drill. I have to get a 90 on an exam, not an 85, a 90. We're going to bring a culture of winning, and it starts in the classroom and off. I also want our players to be hungry. I've always had a chip on my shoulder. I'm a manager. I didn't play college basketball. I didn't play in the NBA. People have looked at me sometimes like, okay, he's a manager. Does he know what he's doing? I do. I do. But keep doubting me because I love it. I want to be the underdog. And I want players that have that chip on their shoulder, that have that hunger every day. I don't need five-star recruits. I need great people that have one common goal, and that's to win. We had a team workout yesterday. I feel like we haven't done a lot of basketball since I've got hired, so it was great. I'm so happy to be in the gym. And after the workout, the guys brought it in. We put our hands in. They said, 1, 2, 3, family, and I stopped them. I said, we're not a family yet. You don't know me. I don't know you. We're going to say 1, 2, 3 together right now. But by the time we get to November, we're going to be a family. But it would be fraudulent of me to say it right now. We just met. I want you to get to know my family. I want to get to know your families. And that's something that's really important to me. So we're not there yet, but we're going to become a family, and that's why we're going to win. We need to get out in the community. We need to pack the Liacouras Center. I know that. But I got to get out there. I got to go meet people so that they're excited to come. They've got to get to know our student athletes and see how great they are. They need a connection to our student athletes so they want to come and cheer. Don't just come when it's the #1 team in the country or playing a local school. Every single game is important, and I need that mentality because I'm going to tell people right now, this year there's going to be some tickets. You call me, I got you. I'll take care of you. 3 years from now, when this thing's sold out, I'm going to tell you, you should have jumped on board early. Should have jumped on board early. But if you want, call the chairman. He's important. He might be able to get you some tickets. And again, this city has a passion for hard work. It's a blue-collar city. They respond to energy and excitement, and they respond to winning. So we need to bring energy and excitement so we can get the city together with us. We need everybody. I told you, I'm going to hire a great staff. We're going to bring in unbelievable student athletes. I think I'm going to be a great head coach. I think we have great leadership. Even with all that, it's not enough. It's not. I need everybody in this room. I need the community to come together. We have to make sure everybody knows this is our city. I want you guys to feel the wins just like we do. I don't know if you'll take the losses the same way I will, but I want that winning feeling that you guys have a pride, that you got to know us and you feel a part of it. And that's something really important to me. To our basketball alumni, this is your program. Don't call me, don't text me, just show up for practice. It's your program. I want the basketball alumni to come back. I need our players to hear your stories. Why did you choose Temple? I need them to know what great is. And this program's been great. We just need a little bit of a reminder. So I'm inviting all former players, come back, reach out to our players, reach out to myself, our staff. We need you. I need you to share why you chose Temple and the pride you have in putting on that cherry and white jersey. We need to hear from the guys that have won championships to help us create our winning culture. We need to continue the tradition that so many of the former players have created. It's time to add to this legacy, and we need them. Everybody wants to know style of play. It's a great question. I don't know my roster yet, but I have an idea on how I want to play. I have a vision of how we're going to recruit. We're going to play loose and locked in. I need my guys to have fun. We're going to listen to music 45 minutes in the locker room before the game. They can dance, they can sit, I don't care what they do, but I need them relaxed. I need them at their best when we tip. We're going to shoot a lot of threes. This year at Penn State, we set the record for Penn State most made threes and a Big Ten record. We're about to do that in the AAC. So I had one of our big men who's back there tell me he doesn't shoot threes. I said, get in the gym. You are now. You are now. Tell the recruits, you come in here to shoot threes. But we're going to run for layups. I can't have guys looking at me in the middle of the game. They've got to play with great freedom, great spacing. They get a rebound, run. I don't have a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I have basketball players. I need basketball players. That's what the NBA looks for. That's what we need here at Temple. Lastly, to our current players, thank you. Thank you. Some of you are here. Some of them reached out to me earlier that they couldn't be here. We're going to do something special, but I need you to buy in from day one, right away. I can't waste time having guys that don't believe in it. I need you from day one, and if you do that, we can do something really special. We're going to work hard. We're going to have fun. We're going to be disciplined, but we're going to play meaningful games in March. If you give me that, I'll do everything I can to make sure you hear your name on Selection Sunday, and it'll be because of you guys. Each day since I've gotten the job, I've been able to talk with more and more Temple alumni, former players, and people that bleed cherry and white. I've been so much more excited hour by hour. I said to Arthur, I know why you selected everybody on the search committee. There's a pride, there's a passion, and I saw it. Coach Quinn, I need him to come talk to the team. He had me fired up. I wasn't even offered the job, and I was ready to run through a wall for him. I don't golf, though, Coach, so you're going to have to help me out there. We need a winning attitude and a championship mentality. Our journey to great has already started. It started on Tuesday when we got in the gym. Thank you guys for being here today, and please make sure you get to study hall by 3 o'clock. All right, I've already talked about that. And I want to thank everyone for being here today. This is a wonderful day for me and my family, and I hope starting tomorrow they stop putting my picture up. I want to put the chairman's picture. I want to put Arthur's picture. I want recruits' pictures. That means good things are happening. So I can't do this alone. I need everybody. I need the community to come together. And if we do that, sky's the limits. Go Owls.
Okay, at this time, we'll take 10 minutes of questions from the media for our new coach. Any questions? Javon, wait for the microphone there.
Welcome to Temple. First of all, Adam. This is going to be Chris Clark's third head coach that he's worked under. What went into your decision to retain him and a few of the other guys on the staff?
You know, You know, I've known Chris a long time. I think he's a tremendous person. He loves Temple. Obviously, he played here. He's so great with people. And to me, you have to have great people. And when I was looking at make a list of who I wanted to do this journey with, I kept coming back to Chris Clark. Chris Clark. I wasn't sure I could keep him. Not going to lie, I was worried. So when the job happened, I called him quick. His family values align with mine. The players love him. People at Temple love him. He knows everybody's name. He knows everybody's breakfast order. We're walking in. You want a blueberry muffin? I got you. He knows everybody. And I need that energy and that passion with me. So I was so excited to get him out of the portal and have him back here at Temple.
When you were down at Miami, you got guys like Isaiah Wong and Wooker Poplar, who won city championships here, to go down there. How do you now turn that into getting those guys to stay in Philly at Temple?
I'm here. Come on. Same message. No, you know, they need to know the tradition here. They need to know, you know, the university, how great it is. And I don't know it yet. I don't know everything here. I'm learning every day. I met with people today at 12 o'clock. I learned more about Temple then. And that's what it is for me. I've got to keep learning. And we're going to recruit top basketball players, but top people.
Sean.
Hi, Adam. I'm curious, given your non-traditional path, having not played college ball, At what point in the past 15 years did you think I could be a head coach at this level?
15 years ago. I'm confident. I've had this dream since I was in 9th grade. I've had a path. You can ask my parents. They wrote me an amazing email the other night. I'm not an emotional guy. I teared up. But I knew in 9th grade I wanted to coach. And to have this opportunity to coach at Temple, not sure I knew that was going to happen right then, but I am thrilled to be here. And it's all the experiences I've had. You almost have to be a CEO in this position. And I've done every job, so I know what it takes. I was getting ready for practice at the NCAA tournament, and I shared this with Arthur. I have the scout versus Texas A&M, and I'm getting our team walking through the plays, and I see a basketball on the ground. I stop right away. Move the ball. We can't have somebody trip. We can't have somebody roll an ankle and walk through. That's the manager in me, right? I'm always checking, is the bus here? Things like that. I'm prepared for this role, and I'm ready for it because of all the ones I've done before.
And just how do you go about becoming the guy who's in charge of 25, 30 guys, players, staff, and all that, and getting the best out of them?
You know, I think I have to be me. That's the biggest thing. I'm myself. I've been myself during the job interview. I'm myself around our players. I just have to be who I am. I have to learn from the coaches that I've learned under. And I take little things from all of them, but now I've got to do it my way. And I'm excited to do it. That's why I hired an amazing staff. I know we have the same vision. So being a great head coach, the number one thing you need is a great staff. So we've already started that process. The next thing is having great student athletes. And that process is underway. And as soon as we're done here, we're going to keep recruiting those student athletes when we're done today.
More questions? Mike?
Adam, is it too early to give any update on whether the guys are in this room or not, the guys who played at Temple last year or in the portal?
So I've spoken to everybody that was on the team. Right now, there's some people that are out of town, but we've all met. And we're going to continue to have an open dialogue. So I hope I can get more information for you. But right now, we're in constant communication with all the guys. Guys that are on the team that have already committed to us, and guys that are in the transfer portal as well.
Adam, without using the phrase, we want to play fast and we want to take a lot of threes, what will define your coaching style? How do you want to get the guys to play?
You know, I want them to play free. We're going to teach how to play, not have a ton of set plays. I want guys to be able to play at their best, play what they do well. And we're going to adapt. Depending on the roster, we'll have to fix, what we want to do. But we want guys to play in space. We want to have great spacing. It's one thing I learned from Coach Shrewsbury. That's that NBA in him. You got to have great space so guys have room to play. So we're going to play open. We're going to play free. And I want our guys to feel confident on game day. That's the biggest thing for me. Go play with great confidence. You miss a shot, I don't care. Shoot it again. The only thing I won't settle for, you'll be subbed out of a game, is for effort. I'm not here to coach effort. That's got to be given right away. And that will be. We're going to drill that in so that they bring effort all the time so that we can tweak little things throughout, Josh.
Do you have a preference of the way you like to use bigs in terms of, would you rather have a 7-footer who can protect the rim, or guys that some programs like going with like a 2, kind of 4s who can stretch the floor?
I want the best players we can get at Temple. They can be, we had a 6'4" center this year at Penn State. Jalen Pickett, All-American. We've also played against a 7-footer in Zach Edey. So we've seen it all. I want the best student athletes that want to be at Temple. And I'm going to keep saying that. I need guys that want to be here. That's more important than anything.
John?
Adam, when you first got the job, when you get past like the human emotion of it, what was the very first thing you did when there's so many things on your mind? You've got guys in the portal, you've got your current players. What's the first thing you did once you got the job? How do you prioritize the first thing you're going to do?
So the first thing we wanted to do was make sure it didn't leak out. So I wanted to talk to the student athletes myself, and that was something that was really important to Arthur. So my wife and I, we were here at the Leah Center at around 10:30 in the morning. We stayed there until about 5:15 before we left. We did get lunch. People always ask me that. Yes, they did. All right, Derek had lunch, so he can witness that. We were there. And the first thing was meet with our players. The second thing I did was go to Wawa. I was starving. I was starving.
What was your order?
I mean, I had to get a hoagie. I had to get a turkey and, lettuce, tomato. My wife's mad, but I said she got the mac and cheese, but she did. I'm always going to tell you the truth.
It's good. Mac and
So,
cheese is good.
and we got pretzels that we didn't need at 8 o'clock on the way home. But After that, it was just organized. I make a to-do list every single morning. And the first thing I do is I prioritize my priorities. There's 3,000 things to do. You can't get them all done. So the first thing I wanted to do is reach out to our players, reaching out to their families, because that's the most important. They all chose Temple for a reason. And I asked them, think about why you picked here. You all had a lot of options, but you chose to be at Temple. And remember that as we go through this process.
Since Javon already asked about Chris, I might as well ask, can you talk about Michael and Bobby and what made you select them to be part of your staff?
If they are hired, I'll preface it like that, Michael Huger is an unbelievable person. We worked together at the University of Miami. He took me under his wing. He'd bring me in his office to show me how to make recruiting calls. He's an incredible husband, an incredible father, and there's nothing better for me to have our student athletes than to look up to somebody like that. I want our student athletes to be great husbands, great fathers. So he's an incredible role model. I wasn't sure we'd be able to even get him on the phone, but we've been close, and he's somebody that I have stayed in constant, probably too much communication with since the day we met about a decade ago. And I'm so grateful that he's here today and to go on this journey with me. Bobby Jordan is very similar, tireless recruiter. Everywhere I would go in a gym, there'd be Bobby. I was like, Bobby, you had a game at 2 o'clock. How are you here? I rushed here, coach. Probably got a speeding ticket on his way in. But he's also a great family person. He's got great roots in Philadelphia. And I need great people because our student athletes deserve the best experience. And I think the way to give them the best experience is have the best staff possible. And that's what I want. I know with those 3 guys, our student athletes, whether we're 0-31 or 31-0, which I hope we're 31-0, are going to have a great experience. And that's important to me, and they're going to get their degree. I've already told several recruits, I'm not going to promise minutes. I won't promise if you'll start. And if you need that, I'm sorry. We're not the spot for you. But I promise you one thing, we're going to get your degree. And if you leave early, we've already worked it out with Arthur, they can come back. So that's something that's really important to me. So those 3 guys, and they're way smarter than I am. You got to surround your guys with people that are smarter than you. And those 3 are all way smarter than I am.
Time for one more question. Caden?
Adam, you kind of talked about there, like what you talked about with recruits. You've been able to land those local guys. What are you able to do to build that trust, that connection, with them?
It's a great question. I think you have to be real. You have to be honest. I remember talking to Lonnie Walker, and he asked me, Coach, am I a one and done? I don't know. And he looked at me like I had 4 heads. He said, every other school's telling me I'm a one and done. I said, Lonnie, you're in high school. I think you have the chance to be a one and done, but I need to see how you're going to work. How are you going to respond when you get to college? It's different. So I think when you're real with people and you're honest, they might not like to hear what you have to say in the moment, but that's how you build trust. And I think that's what I've done with a lot of our student athletes through the years, and I'm going to continue to do that here.
Okay, thanks, everyone. We'll have some questions and answers with Coach right after this, but first we need a family picture, I think. Right,
There we
Adam?
go.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.